The most common question I get is some form of what should I do? Because executives and leaders in organizations, they have to make big decisions. They have to decide, do we go left or right? Do we, go into that market or not? They're making these what do I do? What do we do? Decisions. So if that's what do I do? Do I fire this guy or hire this guy? What do I do? So depending on the specifics of the first thing I would do is I would talk to you and we engage in a conversation. And from that conversation, I would develop a thorough understanding of what it is that your situation is, what's the context you're working in, what the issue is, what it is you're trying to accomplish, what you think you're trying to accomplish, what you're really doing, not necessarily the same thing. And I might ask some tough questions. I'm going to ask questions from a systemic perspective. If I believe it's the appropriate thing to do, sometimes that conversation itself can be quite generative. If I think it's the appropriate thing to do, then I may either invite you to a workshop or create like let's say if you're working with a problem with a team, I might work with a team. If it's something where I can simply feel like I can advise you, then I'll have you set up we use these cute little relationships that we've made, or whatever. We'll set up the system. We'll let that embodied information have a field to express itself so that you and I both can see what this part of you that's living in relationships knows. And that often gives us more understanding of the system, more understanding of it. It might change your question. And it might also begin to make it clear what it is you need to do.